Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show. We'll be talking Jets. Please call in. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets versus the Carolina Panthers. This is my week one preview for the game, my thoughts on the game, before the game is underway. All right, listen, we're going to go through some things, okay? Because there's quite a bit of question marks about this New York Jets team, and there's some things I think that we can take advantage of that this Carolina Panthers team, is dealing with right now. So I'm going to start with the Jets offense. Some of my thoughts here, some of my questions that I have for the offense. First off, I want to start at the very top, and I want to talk about Zach Wilson. I know a lot of people have a lot of expectations for this guy. Some Jets fans talking about he needs to throw for 300 plus yards in his first game. Look, if he does that, fine. If he has, 4 touchdowns in his game, fine. So I'm telling you, there's some Jets fans out there that are saying that that's what he needs to have for them to be impressed by him. All I want to see out of Zach Wilson, I want to see him be confident, I want to see him be competent, and I want to see him continue to allow the offense to move the chains. That's it. Okay? I don't want him to make a bunch of huge mistakes. I don't want him to go out there and look crazy. I just want him to be competent. If he only gives me 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, I'll take it. I'll take it. I just don't want him going out there looking crazy, making huge mistakes, not learning from him, and just, looking crazy out there. All I want him to do is go out there, be competent, allow the chains to keep moving, get the ball out of his hands quickly, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to see. Because I understand he's a young quarterback, he's a rookie quarterback. There's still time to grow. This is week one, but I just want him to start here. Just start with a solid footing and then build off of that. That's all I want to see out of Zach Wilson. Now, a big part of that, allowing that to happen, is our offensive line playing solidly, okay? Becton coming out of that concussion protocol, it's looking like he's going to be out of that. Looks like he's going to be good to go, ready to play. So this is going to be the first time where this offensive line is going to be all out there together. We're looking at Becton at left tackle, Vera Tucker, who's, going to get his start at left guard. Then you got, Connor McGovern. Van Roten is supposedly going to be the right guard. And there's question marks about the right tackle. They're saying Sulla is not going to tip his hat and tell her who the right tackle is going to be. It's got to be Morgan Moses. If it's not Morgan Moses, then what did you even sign him for? If he's not better than George Fant, I don't even know why he would, what is he still here for? But in my mind, it's going to be Morgan Moses. So we all know it takes a little bit of time for the offensive line to gel sometimes. So I'm hoping that they can get off to a good start, play well together, and the first time that they're all going to be out there together, along the offensive line playing against an opposing team. Because let me tell you something, this Carolina Panthers defense has some guys on it. One of them, Daquan Jones, who's a very solid defensive lineman. He can get after it. But let me tell you, they got this other guy, Brian Burns. Whoa. This guy's a pass rusher. If you don't find a way to account for him, if you don't find a way to get him blocked, he will wreak havoc on this offense. He's a young guy, and I remember when he was coming out, I was talking about, the possibility of the New York Jets, taking him in the draft. He's a guy, I'm telling you, if we don't account for it, he will wreak havoc on us. We must get him blocked. I think a big part as well is making sure that, or a big part of trying to keep the pressure off of Zach Wilson too, is having our running game be effective. That's going to be a big part of our offense as well this entire season. Now listen, P. Ryan still dealing with the injury. There's question marks if he's going to play. I know the New York Jets have signed Josh Adams back to the active roster so we could see him end up getting some snaps. But listen, my guy Ty Johnson, this is his time, man. Hand that guy the ball. Allow him to be the beast that I've been talking about. I believe that he can be. We'll see Michael Carter out there as well. We'll see Tevin Coleman. This running game has got to produce in this football game. It's got to produce. We've got to find some way to keep the pressure off of Zach. I do not want to see a bunch of 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, third and 10, third and 11, stuff like that, would allow the Carolina Panthers to pin their ears back and just completely send the house to Zach Wilson. I don't want to see that. And some question marks at wide receiver as well. Jamison Crowder dealing with the situation. YouTube is tripping, so pay attention. All right. Jamison Crowder, the reason why we wear a mask, he's dealing with that, okay? Everyone knows about what's going on in the world. He's dealing with the situation of why we wear a mask, okay? Now, he is vaccinated. They have come out and said that. So I think he's got to pass 2 tests while in the protocol, and then he'll be able to play if he clears those 2 tests. Now, supposedly everybody's just like, hey, it's kind of a foregone thing that he'll play. We'll see. As of right now, he's still on the list for why we wear a mask, okay? So we'll see what happens with that going forward. We're also going to see, Corey Davis out there, who I think is going to get his fair share of targets. He's going to be a monster. I think he'll definitely have some favorable matchups. And maybe we see Elijah Moore being utilized out there as well. I cannot wait to see what this young guy has during this season. Now, going over to the Jets defense. This Jets defensive line has got to get some type of pressure on Sam Darnold. You've got to, okay? Because if you don't get some type of pressure on him, I know Jets fans think he's trash. I'm telling you, he's not trash, okay? This is not the everybody acts like he's the worst quarterback in the league. I don't think that, okay? If you don't get pressure on Sam Darnold, he will find the open guy. He will do that. So you look at guys like Quinnen Williams, who's going to be playing. He's back. He's looking like, he's going to be all right, so he's going to be out there. John Franklin Myers, Huff, those guys, Sheldon Rankins as well. Got to push the pocket, got to get pressure. And a big thing as well is that the Carolina Panthers offensive line is dealing with some injuries, okay? We know they got guys like Taylor Mouton, who's a very good, offensive lineman in this league, but their right guard situation is kind of in flux because John Miller, who's supposed to be their starter, he's dealing with the situation. He's on a list for why we wear masks, okay? So we'll see if he ends up playing. If he does not end up playing, they have Pat McElfin, who's not really that good, and then they're going to be starting a backup right guard. So the interior of the Jets' defensive line needs to eat. We need to push the pocket. We need to get after Sam Darnold. We need to collapse on this running game. We cannot let them go off. And that brings me to my next point. Christian McCaffrey, we got to account for him, dude. You cannot let this guy start off and have a good day and really get the engine revving for this Carolina Panthers offensive game. You cannot let that happen, all right? Running game, corral to the football. He is a monster. We all know that. He's a beast. He can run, he can catch, he can block, all that stuff, right? Now, what I think they're going to start doing is spreading him out wide and making him a matchup nightmare for our linebackers. We got to account for that too. We've seen our young linebackers struggle in preseason with backup players from the Eagles. And they were getting cooked in coverage. We saw that, right? If you don't think the Carolina Panthers saw that as well, you're wrong. Matt Rule and that staff over there is definitely going to test our young linebackers. Now, will they have Marcus May come down into the box if McCaffrey goes out and then have him cover McCaffrey? We will see. But let me tell you something. Do not let this guy, Christian McCaffrey, go off in the passing game. You cannot let that happen. Don't let him be running around in our defense unaccounted for, because he will cook you and take it to the house. That's what he's known for. Also, our cornerback situation will be tested. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, 2 wide receivers for the Carolina Panthers. Robbie cannot wait to cook us. I'm telling you right now, he calls himself the sun god. He can't wait to bring the fire to us. I know it. I know he cannot wait to show us, hey, you made a big mistake letting me go to Carolina. I'm telling you. I already know it, all right? So we have to account for him. Now, the big question is who's starting on the other side of Bryce Hall? Sulla is saying that he's not going to tip his hat and tell us. There's big question marks there at corner. We know Bryce Hall is going to be our number 1 at this point because we just cut Bless Austin. Number 2, is it going to be Gundry? Is it going to be Eccles? Is it going to be Isaiah Dunn? Who is it going to be? Whoever it is, it's going to be a young guy. So we're going to see what these young guys have. Also, who's going to be the slot? Who's going to be all this stuff? We're going to see who's going to be out there, and they're going to be tested. This young secondary has got to be ready, because if they're not, I'm telling you, the Carolina Panthers are going to scorch us, and we're going to have issues as well going forward, because there's going to be other teams this year that are going to target us there as well. So this is going to be a game where there's going to be a lot of question marks there. I look at our kick return, our punt return could be big in this game as well, helping us with field position. I think that Braden Mann, our punter, who's been very solid, is going to be big in this game too, pinning Carolina back and really giving our defense, long fields to work with. So we'll see. But as of right now, I'm kind of siding with the New York Jets here. I think the New York Jets are going to be able to take this game. I think it's going to be extremely close. I think we win off of a late field goal. I'm serious. I think it's going to be extremely close, and we win by a late field goal. So that's what I have right now. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you feel about the New York Jets going into this game? How do you feel about our running game? What do you think about our chances defensively? Do you think we'll be able to rush the passer effectively? Let me know. I want to hear from you. So comment down below. We'll go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.